Hi there, my name is Ben Worthington, and in this video we're going to look at how to describe a process or a graphic, okay, for IELTS Academic Task 1. This video is just a summary, the 80-20, okay, and we're just going to briefly go over it. It won't take more than 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes maximum, okay. Let's get going. So you know that there are 150 words to write, 10% more, 10% less. You've got to do it in 20 minutes. And first of all, what I would do is examine it. Examine the chart. Look at the main relationships, okay, involved. In this example, we're going to look at the carbon cycle. So what are the main elements there? What are the main things that are going on? Basically, the rotation of the carbon, okay? Next one. We're going to organize the report, okay? After analyzing it for 30 seconds or so, we're going to organize it, make a few notes, and number the notes so we know what order we're going to write about things, which is going to come first in the report, okay? Then, what's really important when we're making this plan is that we incorporate sequencing language. Okay, and we basically can memorize the sequencing language that we're going to use by using the acronym, or I think it's called an acronym, you got me there, but anyway, but using the letters FONTAAB, okay, F-O-N-T-A-A-B, okay, so that means firstly, once, next, then, after, afterwards, and then the B before. So those are like 7 words we should really be aiming to incorporate. Maybe it's not necessary to incorporate all of them, but at least maybe 5 or 4 of them. Okay? FONTAAB. Okay, and that'll just help you memorize and help you to use the sequencing language and make the task a little bit easier, okay? Now, the next thing we should be aware of is incorporating the passive. The passive structure is quite useful in these tasks, okay? And in the example from before, we could say CO2 is converted into gas or liquid or whatever, I can't remember, okay? And using that structure helps us avoid saying something does somebody to somebody else, like, oh, the farmer destroys the I don't know, the wood or the dead plants and creates CO2. Okay, we can just use the passive, and it sounds quite academic. Next one, paraphrasing. This is a useful skill. It's an essential skill, in fact. That's why I made a whole video about it. But in this case, we can say plants and animals die and are decomposed and are converted, die and decompose, blah blah blah, full stop. And then to avoid saying plants and animals again, okay, because we don't get that, then we don't get points for repeating the same vocabulary. We do get points, however, for showing the examiner our wonderful lexical resource. So in this case, we're not going to say plants and animals again, we're going to say these organisms are then decomposed in the sea, blah blah blah. These organisms then die, are decomposed, ferment, blah blah blah. Okay? So, using the synonyms, paraphrasing, reorganizing, using different vocabulary. The next one, quite important, okay, is using the conditionals. Okay? When we're doing a process, we're describing a process, is the perfect opportunity to use conditional, one of the conditionals, okay? So, for example, in what we were talking about before, the carbon cycle, okay? So, what we could say is, if the decomposing is interrupted over a 1,000-year period, this leads to gas deposits and fossil fuels, for example. Can you see that? How we've just made it into a conditional sentence? If this happens, then this happens. Okay? Perfect. perfect. We've just picked up points for using a grammatical structure that is fairly intermediate, okay? It's fairly advanced. So then, once we've done all this, we use our summary sentence and we'll say, to summarize, the graphic or the process clearly shows the process of carbon transportation, or the transportation of carbon molecules over Earth's history or something like that. Okay, I can't really think of a summary right now, but you get what I mean. We're just going to make a summary sentence, and we're not going to use the word to conclude, because it's not really the end of an argument. We're just going to summarize what has already been said. After that, we're going to check it for mistakes, and then once we've checked it for mistakes, we're going to stand up and do a little dance. No, we're not really. Don't do that. We're just going to move on to task 2 and nail task 2 using the sentence guide and finish the exam. Okay? Good luck. And if you want some more help, some more motivation, feedback, and you're determined to improve, then come over to IELTSPodcast.com, leave your email, fill your phone up with all the podcasts available there, and start your process, start your journey into passing IELTS. Okay? All the best and good luck for your exam. Take care. Jump from band 6 to 7 or it's free. The sentence guide is the answer if you need to pass IELTS fast. Why? Because together we cover the 2 essential skills you need to pass the IELTS exam. Your IELTS exam skills and your English language skills. You get easy to follow instructions which eliminate confusion, frustration, and it makes organising your thoughts really easy. And to improve your English language skills, you send in your essays to me or my team, and we give you feedback showing you how to improve your lexical resource, showing you the errors you might have made, and this practically guarantees that you improve and pass the IELTS exam. Click below to listen to the other students, see what they've said, and then join me together and we can pass IELTS. Okay, speak soon. Now, the funny story that I was going to tell you, it's not that funny really, but I remember once we had a science class and Mrs. Batty, the teacher, she used to scare the living daylights out of me. And she was about 11 years old. No, I was about 11 years old. And she was asking the class, the biology class, she was saying, okay guys and girls, what defines something that's living? Okay, it's like class number 1 of this biology class. And people were saying, oh, it's got cells, oh, it's breathing, blah, blah, blah. I put my hand up and I said, oh, it has orgasms. And she looked at me a bit funny, and a few girls started laughing, but I didn't actually realise it. And what I didn't realise until afterwards that I'd said, oh, it has orgasms. What I wanted to say was that it has organisms, okay, or organs even, I can't remember exactly. So, word definition and getting familiar with what the word means is important, okay? And if you're going to send me your essay report on this task that we've just done about the carbon cycle, if you want to change orgasms for organisms or organisms for orgasms, that's fine. I can have a good chuckle then as well. Okay, all the best.